This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
My first two guests today are both from NEMSCA, Northeast Michigan Community Service Agency. I have Garnet Ellis and Becky Kolinsky. Good morning, ladies, and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, before we started taping, we were talking, and you're both longtime volunteers for the foster grandparent program at Northeast Michigan Community Service Agency, correct?
Correct.
And how many years have you been there, Garnet?
This is my 16th year.
Wow. And I heard the story about how you started. You were doing some home care and you decided you wanted, instead of being with the elderly, you wanted to be with the young people. And obviously you've been there 15 years, so it's working out very well.
Correct. It has worked out really well.
And how about you, Becky?
This is only going to be my 4th year.
Okay.
And I started volunteering because I wanted to volunteer for something, and somebody says, well, I know the perfect place that you could volunteer. So she brought me the information, and after that, I was in.
And as you said also that the staff at NEMSCA is just wonderful. You know, they just walk beside you through the training process.
That's true.
And every day
Yep.
when you're with the children, so that everything is a wonderful experience for you and for the children.
Yes.
So give me an idea of what a day in the life of a child that you're with would be.
Well, you actually work with certain kids, but actually all the kids get to know you when you help in the classroom. They call me Nanny because my own grandkids did. So everybody in the whole school gets to know Nanny. And if they need something in the classroom, they raise their hand, and if they'll say, Nanny, can you help me with this? Nanny, can you help me with that? And we help the teachers with everyday activities. And right now I'm working in one kindergarten. Last year I worked in 2 kindergartens and 1st grade trying to spread my time. It's hard when there's only one volunteer in Harrisville.
Oh, wow.
So Alcona County needs more volunteers. I'm going to put a plug in for that right now.
Perfect. Okay, and how about you, Garnet? What's a day like for you?
Well, a day like for me, as I get there at 7:45 in the morning and get my area straightened around, and I sharpen pencils and get stuff ready for the kids, and then they come in and they give me their red folders, and they go sit down and do the paper that's on their desk, and if they need help they come and ask me or the teacher. And in the meantime I go through the red folders to see if there's any notes that the children have to go on the bus tonight instead of to the media and
Okay.
stuff like that.
Okay. What's your favorite part about being a foster grandparent?
Just being with the kids, just getting to know the kids, getting to know their lives, helping the kids. A lot of kids need a lot of love and help nowadays because a lot of times both parents work. They don't have time to give them the attention that they need. And the teachers have so much on their plates that they don't have time to do the extra things with the kids that they should be doing.
Okay, and what about you?
It's basically the same thing. I know I had a little boy that didn't take his medicine yesterday morning, and the teacher asked me if I could work with him, and we were playing with the dominoes. We had to build a bridge structure, and we had a train and stuff like that, and then I said, let's build a house. So we built a house, and all the other children come around and look, and I said, no, you guys got to go sit down because this is just for him and I today. Maybe sometime later on we can do it. And so then we continued, and then the center was over with, but he kind of calmed down and got back into the rhythm of the school program.
And so that one-on-one time was very beneficial.
Yes, it was.
Okay, and it's always nice to have someone special working with you and caring about you, I think, in any setting.
Yes, it is. And I have actually 2 little girls that come in, and every morning they have to come over and give me a hug. And this is only the 2nd week of school.
Aww.
Yes, that happens a lot.
So your day starts in the morning. How long of a day do you normally have?
I work 7.5 hours.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 day a week?
4 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
4 days a week. I work every day but Thursday.
All right, and you get a stipend for doing this?
Yes, we do.
And a free lunch?
And a free lunch if we want it,
Yay.
yes.
Perfect. And how about you?
Well, I work 7 hours, and like I said, I go in at 7:45, but I get out at 3. and we get the free lunch, and it's just so, I don't know if this is important, but I have seen children that are adults now that come up and say, "Hi, Grandma, how are you doing?" And I'm saying, "Okay, Grandma, now let's see, he was back a few years." But it's really, I had one girl that was on the opposite side of the road. She was pushing a baby carriage, and she hollered across the road and told her husband to watch the baby, and she come over and she gave me a hug, and we talked, and it was one that I had helped out back in when I first started with the program.
All right, so and you're from Onaway.
Yes.
So you have a need for Presque County also.
Yes.
Okay, so Presque County for sure, Alpena County for sure, and Alcona County we know for sure. And the counties that you do cover where we do need foster grandparents and senior companions is Alcona, Alpena, Aranac, Sheboygan, Crawford, Iosco, Montmorency, Ogama, Otsego, Presque, and Roscommon. So we'd like to encourage anyone out there that's watching, if they have a few extra hours a week, you know, give the NEMSCA number a call, which I'll give you in just a moment. Sign up, and then sounds like you're the beneficiary of this rather than the kids by listening to both of you.
We sure are.
Now, my teacher, I got a new teacher this year, and she's from Rogers City.
Okay.
And she said, you know, we don't have foster grandparents in Rogers City.
Ah.
And she said, I don't know, you know, what's going on. And I said, well, I help out any way I can. And she said, oh, that sounds good. And she had a piece of paper, I got to go make some copies of this. And I said, well, I can do that. And, well, you do something else. And she said, oh, I sure appreciate that.
All right.
And it's working out really good with her.
Okay, so if anyone's interested in being a senior companion or a foster grandparent in any of the counties we mentioned, the number is 877-222-9043. And we're out of time, and I want to thank both of you very much for being here. You sold me on it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Please stay tuned for some information from Thunder Bay Theater. We're going to talk about the Marvelous Wonderettes following these messages. Hi, I'm back with Lee Green and Sammy Griffith, and we're here to talk about the Marvelous Wonderettes. I always want to say it backwards. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Good morning.
So I saw pictures on Facebook of your little dresses sashaying back and forth. So this looks like it's going to be a wonderful production. So Lee, I'm going to start with you first of all. You're new to Alpena, new to the show. So what brought you to Thunder Bay Theater?
Well, we met online, like a forum called Backstage for actors to communicate, and that's where I saw the job listing for Marvelous Wonderettes, and here I am today.
Yay! How about you, Sammy?
The same with me. I auditioned online, and Jeffrey found me and flew me out to Alpena, so it's my first show here.
Yay! So what's your favorite type of role?
I love comedic, musical, comedy is like my type of thing.
And you, Sammy?
I love comedy and satire. This show I get to do all my favorite things.
Okay. So I'm not familiar with the production, so start out telling me about the production first of all.
Okay, Marvelous Wonderettes. It is set in the 50s. We are high school seniors. And we are performing at our prom. The theme is Marvelous Dreams, and we, of course, are the Marvelous Wonderettes. And it starts off, we sing Mr. Sandman in 4-part harmony. It's really fun. And then we sing songs such as Lollipop and Stupid Cupid. That's her little solo. And we sing Lipstick on Your Collar and all those 50s favorites. And then the second act, it's 10 years later at our high school reunion, and it's the 60s. So it's 60s favorites such as Heat Wave and You Don't Own Me. You Don't Own Me. That's my solo.
Okay.
So yeah, all those fun songs.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, Sammy, tell me about your role.
Oh, yes. Well, I play Susie.
Okay.
And she is a little bit underappreciated, but she does have a surprise twist for the second act. I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. And what about you, Lee?
My character's name is Missy. I am the type A of the group. I am very anxious all the time. It's crazy. And I am the unspoken leader of the group. I kind of like in the background, but I do everything for the group. I do the choreography, I made the costumes, and I want everything to go perfectly. And if it doesn't, kind of like twitching a little, because if it's not going perfectly, then it's not going my way.
Okay, who are some of the other characters?
Catherine DeLuce is playing Cindy Lou. I'm always like Cindy Lou.
She's the leader of the group.
She's the face of the group.
Okay.
Alpha female.
Alpha female, kind of mean girl.
Is it like typecasting, or does she have to really work hard to play the role?
No, she's so nice.
Okay.
she has to work hard.
Yeah.
But she's great. She's actually choreographing the show as well.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, she's fantastic. And then Erica Werner is playing Betty Jean. She is kind of like the tomboy of the group.
Yep, she's our class clown. She's kind of poking fun the whole show.
Yeah. Yeah, she's super fun. She is the bass of the show, the lowest part.
Okay.
And she's the first alto, I would say. And then Cindy Lou is the second soprano, and I'm the soprano 1. So goes highest, I'm the highest, and then Betty Jean's the lowest. And
But we
two
move
are
around
together.
as well.
We move around.
It's a lot of
a lot of
singing.
brain
It's so
work.
fun.
I bet. Well, and I know, like I said, the costumes on Facebook were wonderful. Those dresses were awesome.
And that was just our rehearsal
That's just our
costumes.
rehearsal costumes.
Oh, my
They're
goodness.
Like, that's the crinoline underneath our dresses. But
So it only gets better.
we all have assigned colors.
Okay.
Like I'm apricot. She's blue.
Blue is my most favoriteest color.
That's her most
Okay.
favoriteest color.
Okay.
Apricot's my favorite fruit, so that's one of my colors, apricot.
Okay.
Cindy Lou is pink.
Okay.
And Betty Jean is green. So it's we wear those colors throughout the show.
Sounds wonderful.
It's
very fun.
So when can we come to Thunder Bay Theater to see the marvelous Wonderettes?
Well, we run from September 30th to October 16th.
Okay.
The shows are going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. and on Sunday at 2.
Okay.
So matinee or evening, whatever your preference.
And Alpina loves a musical, so we want to
yes.
tell everyone, make sure you get your tickets in advance.
You need to.
Get a group of people
Especially
together,
this one.
plan it, and it'll
This
just
is
be
a
a blast.
musical you do not want to miss. It is so much fun. I'm literally talking about it and smiling because I love it so much. It's just a feel-good musical.
You'll know all the music.
Yeah,
You'll
yeah,
sing along.
it's-
It'll be fun.
Oh,
so
I know all the
fun.
songs you mentioned so far.
Yeah, exactly. So fun.
Now, are you in the next production too? Are you sticking around for the
Our
season?
colleagues are, but we are not. We're
We are
just
not.
the musical.
Okay, so where are you going after?
I'll go back to New York City.
Okay.
And I have some things planned there.
Okay, and what about you, Lee?
I'm actually going to be in a kids show right after in South Florida at the Broward Center called Sacagawea. It's going to be really
okay.
fun. And then I'm in Big River at the Broward Center with Slow Burn Theater Company. So I have a few things planned down there as well.
Okay, well, you have the rest of the season there. Tell us what the rest of the season looks
yes.
Next we have Mousetrap.
We have Mousetrap.
A murder mystery.
It's a
and then,
murder
of course-
mystery. I think it's a movie, right? Mousetrap.
I think so.
Yeah, and then of course I have this right here.
Yes.
And of course it's The Sound of Music.
Yes.
That's of course everyone loves Sound of Music. I know I do. And that is with the high school as well.
Yes.
So it's like
And that's one thing that Jeffrey Mindock, the artistic director at the theater, has been just instrumental in, is involving the
Absolutely.
community in all the production,
yeah.
all the plays, whether it's backstage, front stage, high school, whatever it is. And it's wonderful because, you know, it's a mentoring program, a nurturing program, and getting young actors and actresses started from the beginning where you learn everything from the bottom to the top.
and that's so important.
It is.
It really is.
Okay, well, I want to thank both of you very much for being here. And one more time, when we can come and see the marvelous Wonderettes at Thunder Bay Theater.
It's a tongue twister.
It is.
Yes, it runs to from September 30th to October 16th.
Yep.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 7 p.m. and Sunday at 2.
Okay, and then tell Jeffrey to keep posting on
Yes.
Facebook because I love to
yes.
see all the stuff on Facebook.
on
Really teases
Facebook,
people and gets them in.
Instagram.
And I shared it today, so
Thank you.
wonderful meeting you and thank you so
It
much.
was so nice meeting you.
Coming up next, Dr. Don McMaster. Please stay tuned.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster, president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Christine Witulski, executive director at the Jessie Besser Museum. and Kat Tomaszewski, Executive Assistant at the Besser Museum. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. So you have a really neat event coming up the weekend of September 23rd.
Through the 25th, a community-wide event. Everybody got together to help this statewide conference. So the Historical Society of Michigan, which is one of the oldest history institutions in Michigan, is having their state conference here in Alpena. So they actually called the Besser Museum a couple years ago and said we were one of the sites being considered, and Larry Wagner, the executive director of the History Society, came and we toured them around and they chose our site. And so the Besser Museum not only is co-hosting, but part of our responsibility was coordinating some of the other presenters. And you know from working in our great community that collaboration is one of our strengths.
Absolutely.
So the Alpena Community College is actually going to be the site of a lot of the sessions on Saturday. The Besser Museum will be one of the sites welcoming people when they first get here. The Sanctuary Inn is going to be the site for the banquet. The Sanctuary, some of the other sites will be, of course, the National Marine Sanctuary and the library. So, yeah.
Wonderful. What a great thing. You know, a feather in the cap for you and Kat and all the people at the museum. I mean, it's been a while since that group has been here, right?
1983 was the last time that they visited Alpena and held their conference here, so over 30 years. And I think our city has a lot more to show in growth in the last 30 years. And so it is open to not just people who work in museums, not just people from historical societies, but anyone who's interested in history. The first one that I attended was over in Traverse City, and I was a little surprised to learn when I sat at the table with some people that the one lady was a housekeeper or cleaner and her husband was a mailman. And they said, we're just interested in history. And so they were there to learn and take the guided tours throughout the community, which we will have. And we do have the brochures that can be accessed online at the State History website or right at the museum. To stop by, pick them up. And it talks about all of the different events that are going to be going on. We have some guided tours. One of them is the World Concrete Tech Center right at ACC. Many people who live in Alpena have never toured the Concrete Tech Center or know what it offers. True. And then after that, they would go down to the Austin Brothers to learn about
Best
the
of all
brewery.
worlds.
Yeah. And let me see, they're going to the sinkholes. I know several people in Alpena haven't been there. And the Glass Bottom Boat Tour. So those are 3 pre-conference tours on Friday. And then, like I said, when you pick this up, you'll learn about some of the things that are going to be taking place. And one of them is Kat doing a history tour of downtown Alpena.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm really excited. Last year I got to spend a lot of time doing research in the downtown area for our scavenger hunt and worked a lot with the library and Marlo Broad and Bob Lingos, and we have put together a little guided tour of all of the great historical spots of downtown Alpena. And a lot of people don't realize how interesting our history is. From the night Henry Ford spent in downtown Alpena, writing a letter to his wife, who he'd spent way too much time away from, you know, talking about how the streets never quieted down and how exciting the life was and how he loved this town, but he missed her, so he was coming back soon. Or the famous gangs that stowed away up in houses right on some of our main streets and the crazy things that happened.
Yeah, well, that's wonderful stuff. And well, I have to say the museum has such a level of positivity and excitement and accomplishment and just energy. So this fits right into that, and congratulations to you both and your team for that.
Well, thank you. And again, I just want to highlight the collaboration of the whole community and Northeast Michigan, because one of the speakers is going to be Mark Thompson from Presque Isle County Historical Museum. His presentation is The Murder of the King of Presque Isle County. something I don't know anything about, so I would be interested in going to that.
Not a recent event, I hope.
Linda Pletcher, Lear Heritage Foundation, and talking about the Norway Connection out in Lear. We have our own Danielle Dorr, Collections Manager,
Yes.
talking about the Dressing the World, Alpena Garment Factory. And Wayne Lasardi is going to be doing a presentation on aviation accidents in the Great Lakes. And so a little bit of everything. We have Tyrone Black, which is the Michigan Department of Environmental Quality, on the sinkholes, and talking about that, and just
So-
a lot of different things going on.
So these breakout sessions really are focused on Northeast Michigan, Alpena,
Right.
our region, not just history of Michigan generally speaking.
So most of them are our region, and there will be a few of them statewide. And all the breakout sessions are taking place at Alpena Community College. And so they can register on Friday, pre-register, Saturday come on in, and then, like I said, everything there, the tours are all coordinated. This brochure that was put together by the Historical Society is just very well laid out.
It is.
You can pick them up at the museum, and there is also a discount, from what I read, for Alpena County residents. So there is a cost to the conference, but a discount to our Alpena County residents. So
Good
you want to
deal.
check it out.
Kat, any last thoughts? You're getting nervous as this is approaching?
More excited.
Oh, good.
Excited to have a chance to bring a lot of people up to our region, to share with them our great community, and just invite them to be a part of our institution.
Chris?
They expect around 250 to 300 people to come for these events. And so it's a great way, like Kat said, to share our community and our history, and just to be chosen after 30 years of not visiting here. It's going to be a really feather in the cap, like you said, for us to showcase again all the wonderful things there are in Alpena, Michigan.
Wonderful, wonderful work. Congratulations. We're really looking forward to it. I think, thank you for all you do, and thank you folks for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your hosts, Nancy Smitham and Don McMaster. For a list of events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on the community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.
The Talk of the Town furniture and set design are provided by Young Appliance Art Van Furniture on US 23 South in Alpena.